Hi, my name is Lillian Sanaki, and I just wanted to quickly introduce myself. I'm a sophomore, I'm a marketing major, and this is my dog, Tito. He's an Australian Shepherd, and yes, so now I'm going to get into my presentation. On Dante's Inferno, I decided to analyze Canto number 5, which we are going to take a look at right now. So, quick summary, Virgil and Dante, the characters that we are following throughout these stories, descend from the first to second circle of hell. Now, the second circle of hell is smaller in size compared to the first. Virgil and Dante run into Minos, who is a gatekeeper of hell, and there's an endless line of sinners before Minos waiting to see which circle of hell they are going to be sent to. Now, Minos warns Dante and Virgil not to enter the second circle of hell, but Virgil assures Minos that Dante needs to go through with this. As they enter, they see these powerful winds that are blowing the sinners around. Virgil then points out some of the souls that are drifting around the second circle of hell, which include Helen, Cleopatra, and Francesca. After hearing the stories from these women, Dante faints because of the circumstances of why they were sent to the second circle of hell. So Dante, our narrator and main character, is who we are following throughout this story. We see that he shows great pities for the souls that are sent to the second circle. We actually see at the end of this canto that he faints because of how much pity he feels for these women. Next, we have Virgil, who is Dante's guide. As I said before, he's sort of leading Dante through the different circles of hell. In real life, Virgil is a well-known poet and was seen as a prophet by Christians. Now, this is one of the reasons that he was so fit for being Dante's guide. Virgil also keeps Dante's emotions in check. We see throughout, specifically in Canto 5, Dante's emotions getting out of control, so much so that he faints. Virgil is just sort of there to keep these emotions in check and sort of reprimand him for showing these big emotions. So next we're going to look at the contrapasso for the second circle of hell. Now, contrapasso means to suffer the opposite. The second circle of hell is specifically for people who have sinned because of lust. Now, the contrapasso for lust is these powerful winds. We see the infernal hurricane that never rests. This is the perfect contrapasso for lust because in the sinner's real life, when they are alive, they are so caught up and swept up in their love life that this is seen as a sin. This is why it's called lust. Now, physically and literally in the second circle of hell, they are being swept up and controlled by these powerful hurricane winds. So next we're gonna dive into the significant characters that we meet in Canto number 5. So we have Francesca and her lover, Cleopatra and Helen of Troy. Now, each of these characters have been sent to the circle of hell because they have sinned by lust. Our last main character, our last significant character is Minos, who I was talking about before in the summary, and I said he was a gatekeeper who assigns the sinners to a certain circle of hell by wrapping his tail around his body a certain number of times. So the sinner. Dante wants to talk to some of the people who have been drifting around in the wind. So Virgil points out a few of these people who include Francesca. Francesca was having an affair with her husband's younger brother, Paolo. Now, it started off super innocent. They would just read these stories together, but one day, Francesca's husband catches her and Paolo, his younger brother, kissing over a book. Her husband then kills her, and she is sent to the second circle. He also talks to Cleopatra, who killed herself for her lover Mark Antony after he was defeated in war. Lastly, he talks to Helen of Troy. Um, she was said to have started the Trojan Wars, and she was married to uh, Menelaus, who was the leader. So this was why she was sent to the second circle of hell. So Minos, who I've mentioned before, he is the son of Zeus and Europa. Now, in real life and in Greek mythology, Minos is the king of Crete, and he was said to take such good care of his kingdom. He was very into the laws of his kingdom, and this is why he was seen as a favorite of the gods. Because of this reputation, he was made the supreme judge of hell, which is why the sinners line up before him, and he then wraps his tail around his body a certain number of times, which decides which circle they will be sent to. So the significant quote that I picked is, "Love has conducted us unto one death." I thought this was a really good emphasis on the contrapasso for lust. We have two very powerful words in this quote, love and death, and they sort of contradict each other, showing that one extreme which is love, can lead to something so tragic, of death. And this is sort of what we see from our characters, Helen, Francesca, and Cleopatra. This quote shows readers the punishment for letting love consume. So this concludes my PowerPoint on Canto number 5 from Dante's Inferno. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.